Hello buyers and suppliers from around the world, and a huge welcome from me to the Alibaba.com online trade show summer, a 2-week full-on 24/7 trade show featuring over 14,000 exhibitors carefully selected from the 200,000 suppliers active today on the Alibaba.com platform. I'm so happy to be here. There's a definite sense of freedom and the smell of opportunity in the air for business as we gently open up post-COVID and the exhibition season gets underway. My name is Carl Nassman, and my job is to MC you through the next 60 minutes of observations and talks from some amazing speakers from around the world of exhibitions and e-commerce, which I just know you're going to enjoy as the opener for this exceptional 2 weeks of new products and deals from around the world. This opening event is a discussion on the future of trade shows. We have 6 speakers representing buyers, sellers, the exhibition industry itself, and of course, Alibaba.com. First off, please let me introduce John Kaplan. He is President North America and Europe at Alibaba.com, and he's going to formally welcome you to the show and walk you through the highlights. John also looks back briefly at the last year and notes that with COVID-19, the factory visits, the offline trade shows, and the handshake that builds business were rendered irrelevant overnight. Alibaba.com has pioneered the online trade show format, John tells us, and with tens of shows already done around the world, they now play a decisive role in the day-to-day business activities of buyers and sellers. Going online was not an option for many, says John. It was a necessity. And for most businesses now, it's not a question of when to go online, but how.
Hi everyone. Welcome to the Alibaba.com Summer Online Trade Show. My name is John Kaplan. I'm a member of the Alibaba.com team based in New York City here in the United States. The Alibaba.com Summer Online Trade Show is a 2-week event that takes place on the Alibaba.com website where business buyers and sellers from around the globe can meet, trust one another, and do business together safely from the convenience of their own homes. You know, as we all know, the last year has been incredibly challenging for business owners globally. COVID-19 has caused disruptions to the global economy, the global supply chain, in-person trade shows, factory visits, all the things that we used to do as part of our regular course of business, we've been unable to do because of COVID-19. In order to compete, the business today must be a digital business. It is no longer a competitive advantage to be digital, it's a necessity to be digital. So going online is not about when or why, it's about how and how quickly can I do it and how efficiently can it help me grow my business. So more than a year after we launched the Alibaba.com online trade shows, we are now in an entirely new place for global trade. And in this new moment, in this exciting new time, our online trade show format is an example of all the work we've been making to make it easier for small business owners and business owners globally to do business anywhere. So throughout the past year, let me share a little bit more detail with you. We have listened, we have learned from our customers about what precisely folks were looking for in an online trade show. And it boiled down to some sort of basic tenets. The first, professional business buyers want to meet the highest qualified, verified suppliers from around the world. They want to have an environment where they can collaborate, connect, trust one another, do business together effectively and efficiently. So this year in the Alibaba.com Summer Online Trade Show, there's a few new features that we've launched to make it even easier for folks. The first is our VIP pavilion. And so for our highest valued customers, you will discover thousands of curated Alibaba.com suppliers that we've organized together, handpicked, vetted by our industry experts, really those that represent they're best in class at what they do in their product categories in terms of their technology, their product capabilities, what they can make, and their customer service, and the reviews and repeat orders that the folks that have bought from them to indicate the trust you should be able to have. The next dynamic is we've created what at most basic is a CEO live stream, where an event where folks from around the world can have real-time conversations and interactions with the CEOs, with the leadership teams of some of the world's leading manufacturers and suppliers. And the ability to do that from your living room, your den, your kitchen table, wherever you are in the globe, means that you can save time, money, travel to get instant access to the decision makers at the best suppliers from around the globe. And over the course of the next 2 weeks, I encourage you to check out the rich content that we've put together, the industry reports, the vertical media summaries, all curated together for you to hear from other global buyers, from other industry experts that are sort of sitting at the cutting edge of how global trade is changing, in order to help you apply their lessons to how you grow your business. I was talking to a customer recently, and she said, how did we make all of this possible? Why did we evolve, transform, and the Alibaba.com platform into the leading environment for digital online trade shows? And the real answer to that is because our customers demanded we do it, and it's essential to help businesses be successful. Live streaming, 3D showrooms, real-time translations. You can message a supplier in Spain in English. The supplier can reply to you in Spanish, and the machine translates it so you're both speaking to each other in your native tongues. That increases the trust, makes it easier for you to get to know someone. Language no longer is a barrier to participating in global trade. Our 3D showroom technology really can emulate the factory tours and visits without the costs, headaches, challenges of travel today. And last but not least, I mentioned the real-time translation, but really the thing I think buyers around the globe should know about the Alibaba.com platform. We are here to help you to discover, meet, engage with, trust, and transact with the highest quality global suppliers to build long-term business relationships so that all of your sourcing can be done on the Alibaba.com platform. Whether you're sourcing from a supplier, based 50 miles away from where you are, here in the US, or you're sourcing from a supplier in Vietnam or Italy or in China. The opportunity to participate in global trade is an essential advantage for entrepreneurs today, and Alibaba.com makes it easier for you to do that. But like all growing, evolving platforms, we can't do it alone. I really invite you to participate, engage in this journey with us. To all the B2B companies and e-commerce service providers out there, come collaborate with us. Let's make it easy for the 30 million small businesses in the United States and the hundreds of millions of small businesses around the globe to connect, trust, and transact with one another. So thank you for stopping by. I hope you uncover some new opportunities for your business. If you're a manufacturer, I hope you find new customers. If you're looking to source, supply, raw materials, equipment, you name it, I hope you find just what you're looking for here at Alibaba.com. Meaningful connections happen on Alibaba.com every single day. We're your ally to help you be successful as you participate in the global economy. So welcome again. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being part of our global community. Again, I'm John Kaplan from the Alibaba.com team here in North America, welcoming you to this incredible 2-week event, the Alibaba.com Summer Online Trade Show. Thanks.
Thank you, John. And now from John over to his colleague, Flora Yan, who is the head of integrated marketing at Alibaba.com. Flora will walk us through some of the tech and the platform features of the show, including the VIP pavilion, live streams, 3D showrooms, and the opportunity for buyers to connect one-to-one online with any one of the 14,000 top suppliers at the show. If there's one big takeaway from Flora's presentation for me, it's that trade show attendees see more paid orders compared to other campaigns or promotions. So stay tuned.
Hi everyone, welcome to Alibaba.com Online Trade Show Summer. My name is Flora, Head of Integrated Marketing. Before we go to the highlights of the show, Let's have a quick look at what we've achieved this past year. We've successfully held 28 online trade shows, all covering all major categories, with more than 8 million professional buyers and over 30,000 selected exhibitors. Our online trade shows have attracted millions of high-value buyers as well. Middle-level and big buyers attend trade shows more often and have more paid orders compared to other campaigns or promotions. With the participation of high-value buyers, our exhibitors have enjoyed repeat business growth this past year. The average inquiries received increased 128% compared to previous year. In addition, we've also collaborated with 2 leading traditional trade show brands, Cosmoproof of the beauty industry and IFA from consumer electronic industry. This type of cooperation is a win-win for both parties, based on the ability of buyers and sellers of different channels to be exposed to great opportunities. Now, let's see what we provide for our valued visitors this year. All in all, we provide 4 key benefits. Offline trade show buyers can enjoy 3 of them, and poll buyers can enjoy all of them, including $100 coupon, which can be used when the order is over $115. By offline trade show buyers, we mean buyers who have attended at least one branded offline trade show worldwide in the past. A poll buyer is a buyer whose annual transaction values is more than $300,000 or annual income is more than $1 million. Our consolidation service can reduce shipping costs by combining freight orders while we provide a 24/7 sourcing consult service. Our VIP pavilion includes private meeting rooms, 2022 new product arrivals, and exclusive industry insights. We've designed these valuable benefits to make your sourcing journey more efficient, enjoyable, and productive. Next, let's understand what is efficient sourcing. For the first time, we've built a private and exclusive pavilion. You will be greeted by top Alibaba sellers with timely response, either on an audio or video call. Plus, feel free to enjoy comprehensive and the latest industry news in the pavilion as well. We've also invited the top CEO from the market to be the special host in live streams, which is also their debut on Alibaba.com. If you have anything you'd like to discuss with them, then it's a great way to join the live stream and maybe even ask for a better price. Buyers on our website come from more than 200 countries and regions, so to meet all your demands, we've built hundreds of theme venues based on buyer favorites. We hope you enjoy. What else we provide there are other new, exciting, and creative features in the following 4 aspects. The first one is our industry experts have carefully selected and will unveil 2021 newly released products just for you. And if you are a poll buyer, we provide millions of products with a 100 coupon as a perk. Feel free to redeem the coupon and order over 150 on Buy Now products. These are ready-to-ship products. Also, you will be welcomed by 10,000 outstanding exhibitors from across the world. They've been online and ready to connect with you during the online trade show, just like a traditional in-person show. From the service side, all kinds of immersive tools such as 3D showrooms and live stream videos will be available. A one-stop service covering logistic, duty, and tax refunds will be highly beneficial for your business. If you are looking for high-quality information, this is the right place. For this show, We've prepared online webinars and offline summit together with hundreds of vertical reports, articles, and videos. I hope you find them inspiring. And speaking of high-value information, we even cooperated with over 20 leading vertical media to develop high-quality content. These media cover all hot categories. Our hundreds of vertical reports, articles, and videos mentioned above will be produced based on this cooperation. Last but not least, here is a roadmap for you. The main venue and the VIP venue are the two key venues we've specially built. Everything I mentioned above can be found there. Besides, you can discover more details with our immersive tools, and we have a pavilion full of them. And for the rich and trustworthy information and products, you can find them in our featured venues. Thank you for stopping by and being a member of our Alibaba.com online trade show summer. Hope you enjoy it and hope to see you again. Thank you.
Thanks, Flora, and thank you for reminding us about the $100 coupon. Don't forget, this coupon is available to all pro buyers right now, so make sure you sign up and put the coupon to work for you. We're now going over to Dirk Kozlowski, a director from what you may know as the wildly successful trade show IFA. It's Europe's largest tech event and, as they say, the world's most significant trade show for consumer and home electronics. Dirk will look at the collaborations between IFA and Alibaba.com and comments on the current trade show scene.
I'd like to start with a big thank you to Alibaba.com for inviting me to the launch of their online trade show today. IFA Berlin, CE China, and Alibaba.com can look back at a fantastic cooperation. Most recently, this January, with our Alibaba.com Electronics Online Trade Show meets IFA event, where we were joined by IFA's strategic partners GfK and Dealerscope. No doubt, we are on track with work together even more closely by connecting our networks, sharing resources, and delivering a win-win for both sides. And that's why I'm really pleased that today I can speak to you all once again. Yes, online events are important, and yes, they are time and resource efficient. They make social distancing possible. We all know the realities. Global travel restrictions, worries about new COVID variants, and in too many countries, a slow rollout of vaccination programs. And yet, we know there is hope. We can be confident that our world will soon beat this virus. Still, right now, we have to play it safe. That's why, unfortunately, this year we'll see only a few, if any, large-scale trade fairs. And that's a blow, not just for our industry, no, but the world at large. We are manufacturers and brands, retailers, media, and not forget the public. We need industry events like IFA to come back. We need them to turbocharge the pace of innovation and to drive co-innovation, because they can happen only in places where people meet, where they compare notes and where they inspire each other. And that's why I know that soon we will all meet again. But this time in person, either at the next Alibaba.com event in China, or here in Berlin at IFA Berlin, or let's say at IFA's own brand event. For China, you all know it well, by now it's CE China in Guangzhou. In just a few years, CE China has really become the premier event to connect Chinese brands and global brands with consumers all across Asia. And that is so important because if there's one positive aspect of this pandemic, then it's how our industry, the technology industry, has rallied, innovated, and really stepped up its game to support people around the world. And they had to live and work during the travel restrictions and lockdowns. Can you imagine our world if this pandemic has happened 10 or 15 years ago? The challenge of keeping economies around the world interconnected would have been absolutely overwhelming. During the past 18 months, however, it was technology that kept us productive, safer, healthier, connected, and entertained. We all know, emerging into a new world, nobody knows quite yet what this life will look like. But we can be certain of two things. First, it will be very different from our lives back in 2019. And secondly, it will be underpinned by innovation. Both Alibaba.com and IFA Berlin have one common goal: to give retailers and consumers access to the best products and to the best innovation possible. Asia and Europe are also the world's two largest markets for consumer technology. And that's another reason why Alibaba.com and IFA Berlin are such a winning combination. I wish you a great virtual trade show, and I'm really looking forward to 2022, when I hope to welcome all of you at the world's most important event for consumer electronics and household appliance. And that's at IFA in Berlin.
I'm very pleased now to present Kai Hattendorf, the voice of the exhibition industry. He's the CEO and Managing Director of UFI, the Global Association of the Exhibition Industry, which is the trade association for the world's leading exhibition companies. He brings an incredible global perspective to the changes which the industry has seen in the last year, and he'll provide his vision of a hybrid model where online and offline trade shows thrive together. As Hattendorf says, the buzzword in the trade show industry is hybrid, which means digital and physical working hand in hand. He observes that online trade shows provide attendees with more structure and planning, more opportunity for one-to-one dialogue on the digital platform, 24/7 engagement, and real-time translations, and that they open a new dimension to the business model of exhibitions and events.
Good day and welcome. My name is Kai Hattendorf. I'm the CEO and Managing Director of UFI, the Global Association of the Exhibition Industry. We are the global trade body for companies that organize exhibitions, for owners and operators of exhibition centers and venues around the world, of service providers and suppliers to this industry. And we are also working and serving as the global umbrella for national and international trade associations and professional associations servicing exhibitions and business events around the world. I'm honored to have been invited to welcome you today at the opening of the Alibaba.com Summer Online Trade Show. Now, obviously, the last 15 months have been special for all of us in so many ways, and the exhibition and business events industry is no different from any other industry. We have seen a huge impact of the global pandemic in the way we do and deliver our business. Now, before COVID, the trade shows around the world alone generated an economic impact and business sales of more than $330 billion. A huge industry, and yet somehow an invisible giant, because the focus of everything the industry does is always on the marketplace and on the meeting place, and therefore on the specific show, on the specific platform where buyers and sellers can connect to do business, to exchange ideas, to generate tomorrow's innovation. Our industry in 2020 lost between 65 and 70% of our revenue compared to 2019. And as happy as I am to say that we are seeing a strong recovery around the world where business events and exhibitions become possible again, and we've seen markets open from China to Europe to the US to the Middle East, we are still not where we were before. And it'll be a journey to get back to the revenues and to the size this industry had before the pandemic. And a huge part of that journey back will be an evolution of the business event. Beyond the physical few days on the trade show floor to a more holistic full-year model where you combine an on-site event with online platforms like the one you're having here. Let's not forget that beyond the impact of the market itself, the physical transactions, trade shows and business events serve a wider purpose by bringing together people, by connecting ideas, by being a huge place where people find future employment. So tomorrow's innovation are in so many cases the results of today's meetings in person and online. As we were all not able to operate the trade shows, the physical places, our industry has pivoted to the digital space to keep our communities connected, to keep people engaged. And it has been a steep learning curve for everyone. And yes, while close to 90% of the companies that were exhibiting before the pandemic are keen to return to the show floor, many are as well eager and keen to explore digital alternatives, extensions, digital products. And this is where we see the emergence of digital trade events. And where a few years back, platforms like Alibaba.com were very much online product catalogs, you are now evolving into more holistic buyer-seller connections and experiences. And what I really admire and what I really like to applaud you for doing is to bring together now the selection of your top suppliers, which we would call in the physical space exhibitors, with new interested buyers from the visitor side. So a core function of the physical place, the matchmaking, the connection, is something that we see evolving in digital as well. Now, digital can offer a much more specific matchmaking between buyers and sellers. So you can pitch an RFQ to a larger number of buyers than you can do so if you are in your booth, where you have one meeting after the other. You will not have that many scheduled appointments on site. You have some chance encounters and this famous serendipity that comes into your order books that you haven't expected. But there's more structure and more planning in the digital space. There's more opportunity for one-to-one dialogue now on the digital platforms as you have in the physical space. So this 24/7 engagement that you can have online that you can't even have on site, as of course the doors to the show floor eventually open and close in the evening. You can provide real-time translations as another tool that we have used at our events in the digital space in the last year to make sure that you can be more inclusive in your offers and overcome some language hurdles that were holding us back in business for a long time. So there are a lot of additions in bringing people together face to face that you can now also do in the digital space and deepen relationships. But at the same time, there are some things that digital can't do to the degree that physical can do, and that is that fostering of a close personal relationship. And therefore digital and physical will be working hand in hand going forward in many more ways than we've done so in the past. And the buzzword in the industry around that we all know as hybrid. So what is this hybrid future of the trade show? Now, the role of a trade show organizer, and that is the same if you do it on site or if you do it online, is to build a good marketplace where buyers and sellers can connect for their respective success. We are all here to make sure that the people we build these marketplaces for do good business. And if you take that approach, for the last 150 years, the best way our industry found to do this was to build a venue to hold trade shows at a physical space and bring in the buyers, bring in the sellers, and let them connect. So on-site events and online events do have different value propositions these days. And the online experience, the online platforms open a new dimension to the business model of exhibitions and events. And that is to be applauded, because a huge growth of additional venue space in China that we've seen across the last couple of years, and the expansion and the upgrades in existing venues in the US and across Europe and elsewhere, they all show that the face-to-face business will return, and the face-to-face business will remain super strong after the pandemic. But again, it will remain focused on a number of days in a specific region every year. Because at the same time, on-site organizers and online platforms have had a steep learning curve through the pandemic around digital trading opportunities. Organizers are investing in digital. We were polling the exhibition industry around the world in the deep midst of the pandemic. And we asked them, how are you holding up? How is your business going? What are you seeing as an area where you can invest? And where do you have to cut expenses? And of course, everybody had to save money. But everybody in the industry was looking at and investing into digital opportunities. So while this industry has been digital in many ways for a long, long time, using email and communications to connect their communities globally, using online mobile services, as everybody on the show floor brings a smartphone or a smart device using the Wi-Fi and the cell phone connections available. It will be a different, more integrated way of digital after the pandemic. Quite frankly, I was talking earlier about the road back to normality and how long it might take the industry to recapture the size we had before the pandemic. And there are some in the industry who look at that through the eyes of the business as they organized it before COVID. Now, our industry will outgrow the size we had before COVID because we will add the digital capacities. We will add the digital benefits. We will add the digital value for the customers we serve. And have in mind that 80 to 90% of the companies that use exhibitions as a main marketing channel are small and medium enterprises. For them, the relationship with the company organizing their trade show, organizing their business event, helping them to find their marketplace is a long-term trustful relationship. And if we as an industry give them a solution in the digital space that helps them to market their products better, we can build and expand on this trusted relationship, and our industry will grow much further compared to where we were before the pandemic. That is the potential of digital, and that is the potential of learning from digital marketplaces and online trade shows like the one you are doing here at Alibaba.com. So the way ahead is one of collaboration and cross-referencing between on-site and online events and trade shows, and on-site and online organizers. So we are already discussing that between UFI and Alibaba and some of our members organizing on-site events. And we can only invite every other player in the industry to join this conversation, because we will all benefit from it. We will all benefit from experiencing and learning what you will do here in the next couple of weeks. And you can all benefit and experience from learning that you have when you go to a physical event. So over the next 2 weeks, your summer online trade show, and I wrote down these numbers to make sure I don't get them wrong, will connect up to 10,000 suppliers, digital exhibitors, with pro buyers across 1,000 industry categories. That's huge. That's a wide range of offer for the best rated suppliers across your platform to find new business. Make good use of this, each and every one of you. A trade show, whether it is on site or online, is the best marketing opportunity you have in your portfolio. It is the best place to go to source and to compare what it is you want to buy. It is, like it has always been, the marketplace, the place where you can shape your company's future. You can fill your order books and you can plot your course ahead to grow as a company, as a business, as a community. I wish you all a lot of success and a very good, successful online digital trade show. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, Kai, for that global view from UFI. We now move over from Alibaba.com and the exhibition industry to hear from buyers and sellers themselves. And I'm genuinely thrilled to introduce you to Alani Kuye, a buyer, and Helena Bien, a seller on Alibaba.com. Alani Kuye first, he is the founder and CEO of Flatbed, a company headquartered in Norwalk, Connecticut, which specializes in the local delivery of large items. He's been a pro buyer on Alibaba.com for 15 years now, using it to buy equipment, tech, and other materials to run his business. Alani says trust is the cornerstone of business, and he will tell you about his journey and experiences as a pro buyer using Alibaba.com to build an amazing business. Look out for his comments on how his pro buyer status gives him a direct line to suppliers within the Alibaba.com ecosystem, which have all contributed to him building agility, fast response times, customer loyalty, and operating efficiencies into his business.
My name is Alani Kuye. I am the founder and CEO of Flatbed. Flatbed is a last-mile delivery company. We specialize in delivering large items on the same day. Our mantra is simple. If there's a name and there's an address, we will deliver it same day, period. For this reason, our agility has been unmatched in our industry. I have also been an Alibaba.com pro buyer for 15 years. My pro buyer status is very important to me because it gives me a direct line of communication to suppliers within the Alibaba.com ecosystem. These relationships has enabled our agility, our response time, customer loyalty, and more importantly, operating efficiencies within the Flatbed ecosystem as well. In our industry, time is of the essence. If we get an item to a customer location, the customer is happy. The benefit to us is we've fulfilled our business purpose. The customer benefit is they've received their items when they want it. For us, it's key that we're able to maintain this status because we have simply been unmatched in our industry, period. The progression from junior to pro buyer status was an interesting one for me. I needed a couple hundred hard hats back in 2006, actually. The normal process would have been 6 to 8 weeks. On Alibaba.com, it took 2 weeks. Interestingly, these were custom builds from ideation to prototyping to testing, validation, and delivery. And throughout the entire process, we had transparency, we had agility, we had flexibility without missing a beat. And that supplier, till this very day, have become personal friends. Alibaba.com's transaction integrity and transparency is second to none. Every engagement is clear, transparent, auditable, and trackable. Every communication, every refined requirement, and every deliverable is trackable. Our relationships with vendors and suppliers on Alibaba.com has been very instrumental to this, simply because all of the documentations that specify our needs are within the system. So they can always track that and get back to us with any questions they have. At the point which we receive those documents from them with questions, we have already expected feedback based on transaction history. Upon completion, when products are eventually delivered, there is an audit trail. This is valuable to us as a buyer. This is valuable to our supplier as a vendor as well, and also as a manufacturer, because compliance is one of the key factors that determines how fruitful manufacturing relationships are. Communication is key within the Alibaba.com interface, because in that ecosystem, every entity is either striving to improve their communication or trying to understand what transaction requirements are. As mentioned earlier, our vendors are key to this for us because we strive to be better communicators, and our vendors as well try to be better communicators. So we have a shared responsibility to ensure transaction integrity, clarity in communication, and a shared sense of purpose. Every junior buyer should aspire to be a pro buyer on Alibaba.com, simply because, one, it shows your buying power, the qualitative responses you get from suppliers, and more importantly, it shows business growth and transaction value in the eyes of buyers. I evangelize pro buyer status on Alibaba.com. There are many benefits to this: 24/7 customer service, buying power, business growth, qualitative responses from suppliers. But more importantly, as a pro buyer on Alibaba.com, it shows that you have been through a similar journey that I went through. As a junior buyer, you learn the system, you build early relationships, and they grow with you. As a pro buyer, those relationships follow you, they come with you, they grow with you. And also as a pro buyer, you can leverage those relationships in times of need. There have been moments where we had to go back to Alibaba for product revision or a spec revision. And those relationships that we built over time came in very handy at those critical moments, and they were very responsive. This is why we will continue to leverage, we will continue to be active, and we will continue to stay engaged with our Alibaba relationships. These relationships have enabled our agility, response time, customer loyalty, and more importantly, our operating efficiencies. And as I always say, trust is the cornerstone of business. That being said, there are some challenges. Sometimes there are language barriers, and sometimes a new supplier might require a little bit of time to get to know them, get to connect with them, understand their business model, how they work, and their operating model. In many cases, as communication improves, what happens is trust improves as well, because my mantra has always been simple: trust is the cornerstone of business. Simple and plain. Communication channels, clarity, and transparency of transactions goes a very long way in every business relationship. Now, for us, the business benefit, as I said earlier, is the agility and response time from those relationships, and there is a direct correlation between our Alibaba.com relationships and how we do business today. Our synergized relationships with suppliers, again, continues to grow, and I see it to continue growing for the foreseeable future. In many cases, we also help our suppliers improve their communication because we strive to be better communicators. By talking to our suppliers, we practice our communication skills, and we always inquire, how can we improve our communication, because we want to be better communicators. Our suppliers as well see that as an opportunity to improve their communication. And as suppliers, there is value. There's value in improved communication. That being said, in the future, we see our relationships evolving. Today, Flatbed services the last mile delivery space, but we also provide warehousing and fulfillment and distribution services. Products coming from Mexico, from China, from India, North Africa, all over Europe. And we warehouse them and we deliver them for third-party suppliers as well. This is a benefit to a lot of our supply partners as well, because within the Alibaba ecosystem, transactions happen across the globe at any given time. And Flatbed is positioned to continue to provide these services to our supplier networks as well.
Thank you, Alani. And finally, but by no means least, over to Helena Bien at AEC Lighting Solutions in Shanghai. Helena's company is one of Alibaba.com's top suppliers, and she gives us a detailed look at how a supplier develops products for the market using Alibaba.com for feedback, and how AEC has embraced the trade show features as a response to the complete travel restrictions last year, when her site visits and face-to-face meetings had to stop. Please stay tuned. Helena's company is exceptionally well set up as a supplier, and she'll prove of great interest to buyers with tips on how you can get the best out of the buyer-supplier relationship.
Alibaba.com has revolutionized the world of cross-border selling and buying in the recent couple years. There's many programs that introduced, for example, SGS Factory Audit, the Factory Tour Live Show, 3D Showroom, VIP Pavilion, the CEO live streams, the daily product updates videos, and the daily live shows and Accenture. All those activities indeed bring a lot of benefits to both of the suppliers and buyers. Today, I'd like to give you a sense from the supplier side how those benefits in practice for us as the supplier and also for many of our buyers around the world. My conclusion is that with Alibaba.com, there truly has never been a better time for the buyers. My name is Helena Bien, and I'm the owner and CEO of AEC Lighting Solutions. AEC is a company very much dedicated on portable lighting solutions, servicing all different kinds of professional users, including mechanics, industrial workers, and photographers, and Accenture. We have more than 20 years history already, and we're based in Shanghai. We design, we invent, we manufacture, and we sell. Our annual turnover is over $35 million, and also we have about 200 employees. Our 21 years history is a very interesting and perfect mixture of American trading experience, European branding knowledge, and Chinese manufacturing skills. The founder of AEC, he actually is an American citizen who was the first generation trader, came to China back to early 1980s. In late 90s, he met some challenges when he tried to source the high quality light tools of the mechanical using for his American automotive after service market buyers. In the end, he decided to build his own factory and do everything by himself. So we are the one who introduced the first generation LED rechargeable work lights back to 2006. My personal background is I majored in mechanics and electronic engineering, and my beginning 8 years career life mainly spent in the global power tools companies including Black & Decker, Bosch, and covering the project management, the R&D, the quality control, and supply chain management. We first met 12 years ago, and both of us are sharing a very big passion towards the new technology, bringing us to be partners and working together. In 2015, the founder chose his retirement, and we decided to invite one of our European customers to be our partner. And this European company, who has more than 120 years of the branding, of the innovation, and they are the Scandinavian company. The Scandinavian style used to be very famous of stylish, simplicity, and fancy and functional. So in the past 6 years, we continue our invention and our innovation in a much more rapid way. So now our knowledge of not only lighting technology, but also some other technology, including the smart sensor, including the LED, bring us to be much more variety of the applications. So far we have different kind of brands, for example, the Air Stereo, the UV Plus, the Advanced Lighting System, and M-Light. They all have their own focus to provide different kind of solutions for all different kind of professional users. Like the Advanced Lighting Systems are mainly for the professional work lights for mechanics, professional industrial work users, and also like fire and rescue applications. UV Plus contains the ozone UV smart sensor technology, and most of the products on the UV Plus brand, they are medical approved and provide very solid professional disinfection solutions. The Air Stereo contains of the auto treatment, air purification, and disinfection for all the air issues. And M-Light is a brand new technology we provide to those professional photographers, the video shooters, and also the live broadcast applications. And today, all the lighting for my speech today all come from our own self. What you are watching now is our office area, and you can see we are doing our best to provide a very fancy, comfortable environment for all our staff to make sure they enjoy their daily work with us. AEC is a company very much focused on innovation, and we have past 10 years continuously investing 15% of our turnover into the R&D. We have over 70 engineers and experts from all categories, and it's increasing every year. We are very care about intellectual property protection, both from our own invention and also our partners' invention. Our marketing sensitive, new technology sensitive, together with the brand language understanding, always provide a very good, easy way to expand the business and the marketing share for our customers. Our global business experience, our Western market knowledge, our manufacturing knowledge, and also supply chain skills, helping us to always provide a very fast response to the market. Even in this year, all those key components IEC missing, lacking, we still can commit on-time delivery to all our customers. Here you can see this is a very special area we call ATP in AEC. Almost all our buyers, our partners are impressed of this area. And how we call ATP, you can understand in two different ways, but all same. We say Advanced Technology Platform or Art and Technology Platform. It's a very special area that we contains all our expertise in one room, including our ID designer, our mechanical experts, our software smart technology experts, our optics experts, and our project management experts. So this is a very interesting consolidation, how we come out to the marketing inspiration ideas from ourselves, from our customers, our partners globally, and together with our manufacturing experience, supply chain knowledge to come to a great product. Here you can see from the picture that this is a kind of our new product introduction or new product inspiration process. And in this kind of process, you will see our industrial design we define here is way much above appearance design. A good design, we first need to solve we call end user's pain point to make sure it's functional, it's useful for the user and give them beneficials. And the second thing we focus on is how to make sure their daily experience can feel perfect every time when they use, because we are working on a tools. And the third is we try to have the identity of the brand language. Make sure your customer can identify the brand from the shelf immediately. And fourth, we have the visual beauty, means we want to give the passion to the end user can make the decision to buy immediately when they see the product. And finally, it also needs to be easy, be manufactured to make sure it is cost-wise and can be competitive in the price when you compete with your copiers, followers, and competitors. And during the process, you also can see we have a very much intention on how to do the intellectual property protection. And there's 3 steps we do that. And the first thing is, anytime when we got a new idea, new inspiration from the market, from our own team, our intellectual property department, they will do the global patent research immediately. The new idea cannot be defined just by ourselves, it needs to be defined by the global patent system. And the second part is, when we're doing the design, when we finalize the design, we always do the global patent registration immediately with our agencies cooperate in Europe and also in America. And the third part is very important is because of the patent we registered, anytime after the product introduced to the market, we will use the patent to compete or to try to complain to those copiers, followers, competitors. Usually, it's quite easy for AEC to be identified as a good suppliers for those professional buyers in the past. When you go to the exhibition, when you see our position of the booth, when you really touch our product and play on our products to feel the design details and the quality details, when you talk to our people face to face, exchange the professional knowledge and experience, it's very easy. You can see this is a very serious and good quality vendor. And the second step, you also might arrange the visiting to the manufacturer's house. And those kind of visiting, like went to our lab, went to our procedure of the assembly and talk to our engineers, also can give you the enough trust, make sure this is a good quality system guaranteed supplier, deliver a daily shipment with a good quality. Because we all know a sample quality is far from a daily shipment quality. But in 2020, when the pandemic situation comes, all above activities means meaningless for us because there's no any travel can be allowed and there's no exhibitions and no supplier visit is available anymore. It is much longer than we ever thought. And today none of us can predict how long this situation is lasting and might lasting even much longer than we thought now. But in the meanwhile, the demands in the market still there and even might getting stronger. And the new product even getting more important because with the new product in such a tough situation, you can be more and more competitive while your competitors are quite silent here waiting. But we also understand there's a concern as a professional buyers, usually when they buy or try to find the buyers or trying to find the suppliers online. Because I also have the same worry in the past. You might worry this is cheap, this is not really quality system guaranteed. You might also worry and those information you get can be cheating and the sample might just mean one sample's quality, not really daily shipment and essential. We joined Alibaba.com in late 2019, which is a great decision we ever made because we see all those activities and programs Alibaba.com invented and introduced are very helpful for suppliers like us and also for professional buyers like our customers. For example, the SGS factory audit is simulating in the past you do the factory audit by yourself. The Elite Partner Program, because Alibaba used their efforts to identify a good suppliers like AEC and then give them the spotlight to make sure they can be seen, they can be watched by the professional users. And the factory tour live shows means it's not only just the suppliers do that by themselves. Alibaba arranged the people come to here and do the live show together with us to make sure it is real. And the 3D showroom is simulating the showroom in the past you went to a supplier base on site. And the VIP pavilion is helping us to get really professional, we say the buyers group, to be much easier for us to approach. The CEO live streams because we are talking about B2B business. We're not just talking about one sample product. So the CEO is representing the whole company and the level in the professional background really gives the buyers enough confidence to build up the trust. And my favorite is the daily live show and also the daily update product videos because the company like us, we have the great strong marketing support to always guarantee and deliver the very professional live shows and also those kind of product videos. And that makes a good quality product to be much easier than just a picture to show to the professional buyers. So Alibaba in the past recent couple of years, almost the only dedicated platform for B2B business. We all know for B2C, you have many other options like Amazon, like eBay. But when it comes to be B2B, do we have another option? And the second thing is they really invested a huge amount of the money to approaching almost all the countries around the world and through all different kind of ways. And they're also finding very qualified manufacturers and also the big support of making them outstanding to be seen by the professional buyers. Like us, we were supported by them in a very huge efforts. And that's why you can see me today. And they also provide very flexible payment assurance, especially for some of the small countries have we say foreign currency payment issues. And that also helps us a lot approaching many small countries' customers, which is we normally couldn't approach. And they also have very flexible logistic support like this year in such a very tough situation. We even can use their support to manage to supply the container support to our existing buyers. So all in all those kind of solutions they provide in recent years really helping all the professional buyers and qualified suppliers getting matched to each other and eliminate the trust cost. AEC decided to join Alibaba.com since October 2019, which is tend to be one of our best decisions we ever made, especially considering what happened since 2020. So far, we totally have 4 web shops on Alibaba.com, and 4 of them are representing very interesting experience I'd like to share. Advanced Lighting System in the RTS shop is representing a very mature brand with a very mature product line, and the customers we believe we know who they are and where they are. But surprisingly, through Alibaba, we approach more than 20 new countries' customers, and many of our customers come from very different industries, which is we never can approach them through the normal traditional business way. UV Plus is a completely new brand. We were inspired by that situation and then completely introduced online. With the short period since July of 2020 till now, many of our products we got medical approval, and we approached 17 countries already, and all of them are applied into professional medical applications. M-Light is another very interesting experience. This is a product line we prepared for 4 years already, and we postponed that because of the pandemic situation. But Alibaba.com really gave us enough confidence, and then we reinstalled this brand, reinstalled the product line, and we're now going to introduce Alibaba.com very near. So how a company like AEC benefit from Alibaba? I would say in general like these. First, we really can help us to introduce a new brand and very unique new solutions, new products in a much lighter way. We don't need to go to the exhibitions. We don't need to get a very expensive booth cost and expensive, we say, flight costs, tickets, and hotels, and with the uncertainty payback from the market. In another way is this kind of online interaction with the customer directly helping us to make our R&D and innovation in a much more precise way. In that way, we also helping us to catch the business opportunity in a much faster way. Through such a short period, AEC, through lighting solutions, through UV Plus, through M-Light, we now approached more than 20 new countries. And there's more than 100,000 viewers went to our webshop, and remember, they are all professional buyers. And we now approaching more than 140 countries, which is we never can imagine we can do that in the traditional way. So, a professional buyer to find a good manufacturer, a good supplier through Ali today can get new, better quality supplier, new, better product, new international prompt and professional feedbacks. Win this competition in an easy way against the competitor, gain more market share, expand the business in a much easier and faster way. In my conclusion, with Alibaba.com, there truly never been a better time for the buyers. I'm Helena Bian, the owner and CEO of AEC Lighting Solutions. Thanks for your time watching my speech, and we're looking forward to meet you on Alibaba.com.
Thank you, Helena, and to all of you, that now completes the presentations in today's opening ceremony on the subject of the future of trade shows. With that, I'd like to say a heartfelt thank you to all of my speakers today for their time and preparation, and of course, a thank you to you, our buyers, for participating. With this opening ceremony discussion now over, the trade show is on from June 14th until June 27th. Dive into the show, everybody. Get your $100 vouchers and enjoy efficient sourcing with our premium suppliers during these 2 weeks. I wish you good business, everyone.